one of Def Jam's greatest.
What up, though? It's your man, Drew Dada. You know what it is. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Culture Conversations. I'm your host, Anthony Thompson II. Today, I call one of my OGs, the big homie, that he been running stuff in the Midwest for a minute, man. And I met him when he was a youngster. So I was a puppy. Got my guy, the Def Jam legend, in the building.
Def Jam legend.
The Def Jam legend, my guy, Drew Dada.
What up, though?
What up, though? What's up, family?
Hey, man. Work, and more work. You know it don't stop till the casket drop. Got to keep going on.
We're going to start off with the toast, my guy.
Oh, shit. I'm dropping.
You good. You good. First, I want to start off saying this is a toast to you. This is a toast to the city of Detroit. And this is a toast to good people, real people. People that knows how to continue to fight through all situations. And you done been here for a minute. And I want to say one thing. Your name's still ringing out here, baby.
Oh, shit. Appreciate that.
No doubt.
Love.
We do red cups around here. Mm-hmm. Keep it.
I actually was gonna bring some Def Jam cups, so I should have. Damn, that should have been look good on camera. I should have brought them motherfuckers.
Yeah. For sure.
Some Def Jam cups.
I'll take them. We love Def Jam. It's the essence.
Don't make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
So, man, before we go to the past, because we're gonna go through this history. Mm-hmm. Give me an update. What's going on with you right now? Because I want to go present. Then we're gonna take it back.
What's going on with me right now? I am currently in my 29th year at Polygram / Universal / Def Jam Records.
Such a blessing.
It's truly a blessing.
Such a blessing.
Truly a blessing.
We've seen a lot of changes out here.
Oh my God, have I seen a lot of changes. I mean, we just went through some changes. You know, we just got a new president new CEO president, and he's amazing. He's bringing a lot of new energy to the label. I mean, I fucking love him.
Yeah.
And I mean, the music that he's bringing to us is incredible. I mean, we got a lot of new artists that we're getting to work with.
I just had like 4 new signings in this past month.
Let me explain something to you. Coco Jones.
Yeah.
Start. See what we done with her already. We got Lady London coming. We got Connie Diamond coming. We got Afrobeat. You want Afrobeats? We got Afrobeats for your ass. We got my man Adekunle Gold. We got, oh shit, I always mess his name up, so I don't want to mess it up. But we got, I mean, I just love all the energy that's
Afrobeats, they better pay attention. It's taking
over.
Look,
man, I'm trying to told you.
Over.
I'm trying to told you. But like I said, I'm going on, I'll be celebrating 30 years next year. And that's truly a blessing. I mean, I've been able to work with.
You doing 30 next year?
Sure, celebrate 30 years.
You know we're about to do a big party for you.
Who?
We about to figure this out. The city. No, I mean, we gotta do it.
We ain't gotta do it.
No. We're gonna make calls to our people, and it has to happen. That's 30 though. Ain't nobody did 30 piece. Nobody with the labels here in our era.
My man Gordon Alderson got close. He got close.
With the same company?
With the same company. He was with Capitol. He was with Capitol. He was with that's one of my mentors too. So
he knows me.
So, you know Gordon?
He knows me.
Gordon, love Gordon. I see. That's.
Well, he's met me. I ain't gonna say he know me like we know each other.
Yeah. That's my guy, man. Him. Another guy that brought me in, but he's passed. Rudy Greer. I had a lot of great mentors from back in the day. That's just that shit made me who I am. Mm-hmm. You know. So.
Well, my mentor, you know, I tell everybody, RJ Rives brought me in the game.
Okay.
So
okay.
It's like,
okay. Oh, wait a minute. So we didn't meet we met at the station. No. I'll let you tell.
Quarterback, baby.
I'll let you tell. Yeah, but I mean, it's truly been a blessing, you know, just to be in the game for as long as I have and to be doing what I do. You know, I get paid to talk about music, I like to say. Mm-hmm. I used to call myself the janitor, and somebody told me to stop doing it. They said, why you call yourself janitor? I said, because I clean up a lot of messes. I get shit done.
Yeah. We used to think it was hilarious that you said that.
Look.
Because you used to stand in the corner, we walk in, you be like, what's up, young dogs? And you
I'm the janitor. Like, nah, he ain't nobody. That's just the janitor. Yeah, taking care of business. I get work done. I get shit
I
done.
just started taking pictures last year.
Oh yeah.
Because you, RJ, all y'all taught us all, let the artists be the stars, and we fade to black.
Mm-hmm.
We stay in the background.
And that's exactly
I
how
learned
it's
that
supposed
from
to be.
y'all. Yeah.
That's exactly how it's supposed to be, and that's another reason why I never really took a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I did.
Because I'm not an artist. I'm here working. I'm behind the scenes. Let me stay behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You take a picture. You take a picture of the artist. You take a picture of the radio folks. You take a picture of the record store people. Whatever. I'm behind the scenes.
And it's funny because people used to always ask me like, "Oh, jump in the picture," and I just be like, "No, I'm good. I'll take the picture or I'll lay back." And I really learned so much from all y'all. You share so much information with me coming up. That's why I always paid you homage, bro.
That's what's up. I
Like,
appreciate that.
so much. And you always show me love. Like, even if I wasn't working artist or project, you like, I'm like, man, I'm about to come, and you let me come in and listen and pay attention.
That's what's up.
So I respect that because, man, when you first started really showing me love, I was 16. I was 16, you were showing me love.
You one of the good ones because there's a lot of people that say, that nigga was an asshole when I first met him. He didn't want to. I will admit I was a little standoffish, but this was probably in my it wasn't in my later years. I was kind of an asshole to sometimes. I'm still.
I felt like you was to people trying to hustle you.
And see, that's the thing.
Remember, I would come and work, and I wasn't even a part of it, but you see me moving boxes. Help when I came, what I do, I help y'all take stuff off the van. I ain't work for y'all. But I'm like, these my guys, and when I show up, I ain't just coming to meet people and be a part of the show. I'm gonna work too.
Everybody always had a hustle. Everybody always had something that they and that, I think Jay said it. I forgot which song it was. He said, I swam with. Oh shit!
Swim with the sharks.
Yeah. I hustle like. Oh shit! It's one of my favorite verses. I'm fucking it up. I ain't gonna even fuck it up. But he had one of the best verses. Like, I'm prepared for this. This is what I observe. I observe everything. People think you're not looking. That's when you pay attention. You see what's going on. You got to pay attention to your surroundings at all times. You got to pay attention because you never know. And people gonna always come with something. And not that I wanted them to believe that they was hustling, but it's just that I've heard it all.
Yeah.
After so long, it's nothing you can tell me that I either probably don't already know, not to sound cocky, that I probably don't already know, or that if we're not connecting right away, it's just not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it probably burned me a lot of times too, because I probably should be a lot further than I am right now. But
you work out what you be though. I felt like you was in your lane. You made things happen. You built a legendary career, and you're not done. We see these executives walk around. They be 80 years old.
Yeah.
Don't they though? At the major, they be like godfathers.
Because they kept regurgitating shit.
And be dating a 30-year-old woman. I love when I see them all.
It's just now getting to the point where they're starting to bring in fresh new blood.
Yeah.
They're starting to bring, because a lot of times they was bringing in the same executives, rotating. Leave one company, go to another company. Leave one. Mm-hmm. Now they're bringing in a lot of fresh blood. And you see a lot of new cats that's in some of these positions that's doing anything. Like my man Bill Evans over at Capitol. He was working with me, and now I want to say he's an EVP now. So over at Capitol. So people like him, and then my new boss Tunji, fresh new young blood. It's a lot of new blood in a lot of places where they probably should have been, but the timing is always perfect. You can't mess with God's timing. When it's time for it to happen, it's gonna happen. You just got to be ready for it when it happens.
So what was your thoughts when you seen the young gunners, because you used to say that to us, that's why I'm laughing. Well, like people like me and LaRon was running around.
Oh, I loved it, because I loved it. I mean, and
that's my brother, dog. We used to run around.
Oh my God, man! Look, the story, the things we've been through.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I've been through them car
drives.
I heard
we've been through some things. And that's another thing about it. I've always had. I think I said it before. I've always had a lot of great people around me. Before I got to the music side of it, I was working at a record store, and my guy Tim Spence and then Bill Walden, they were working for Polygram at the time. So they came, you know, they
was
were
Rex on the east side?
No, this was, what it was,
I thought you was the one off 94.
Nah. I was at a Blockbuster Music. What happened was it was originally Sound Warehouse.
Okay.
It was called Sound Warehouse, and then Blockbuster Video bought it and turned it into Blockbuster Music.
Gotcha.
So then they had Blockbuster Music, had Blockbuster Video. And everybody always thought we was the same thing. No, we weren't the same. Yeah. But what's crazy is Sound Warehouse used to do videos too. So for a while we was doing music and videos. And then we cut the videos out and we just did the music. So what happened was, an unfortunate situation happened. Well, I guess I could say it. Look, I ain't sure to say it. I was in the streets.
Yeah.
I was in the streets.
I remember that part of your life.
And we hit a nice little drought. Yeah. And I said, you know what, man, I'm about to get me a job. So I got so it was around Christmas time too, I remember it. So I ended up working at Macy's for was it Macy's then or was it Hudson's? It was Macy's.
Booster alert.
Hudson's. Macy's. So I ended up working. This was Christmas help. So I did that, and then right across the street was a record store called Sound Warehouse. So I had both jobs. I was working both. I'd leave one and go right across the street to the other one. I was hustling, man. I mean, that's all I knew was how to hustle. So. Yeah. I mean, I started working at 11 fucking years old, so I've been working.
No work permits back then. Just cash.
Well, they did. They actually said I couldn't do it because I was too young, but they said, you know what? We're gonna give them a shot, and then they loved me because I was out there hustling. I was a paper boy, 11 years old, hustling. So anyway, so I got that, and then I started at Soundware. This was out at Oakland Mall. Okay. So I was out at Oakland Mall, and I was doing both jobs, and then I left the Sound Warehouse at Oakland Mall. They promoted me because, like I said, I was Christmas help. So it's like, yo, we want to keep you on. If you don't mind, like, sure, why not? You know, I'm thinking I'm only gonna work for a little bit and then get back to hustling, get back into the streets. Nah, they moved me over to Royal Oak over on Woodward between 12 and 13 Mile Road. So then I got over there, they promoted me again, and then they started getting this concept. So everybody was always in love with me. All the reps would come in, you know, and they, you know, they would do like commercials and different stuff. Like, let's get Drew to do it. I like Drew. So I was doing commercials and shit. I'm like, the fuck? I'm thinking, you know, hell, I'm a star already. Yo, I was meeting all kinds of this. I remember when Kid Rock first came out, I had met him because I met his people. They wanted to bring him out of the store and do something. It was just a whole bunch of different things going on at that time. So then,
record stores used to be the spot.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't want to leave. Yeah. So I get to that. So they promoted me again. So then it's like, you know what? We'll give you your own store. So they moved me and my guy Todd Esser.
Your own store? How old were you got your own store?
Hold on. It wasn't, so before they could give it to me, this was in Oak Park. It was right across the street from Northland. So they moved
where
me
all
and my
the
guy.
dimes would be.
Oh my God. They moved me and my guy Todd Etzel. Todd Etzel had already, I think he was already running the store. And they moved both of us over to this store, this brand new store, brand new concept. At the time, this was unheard of. So, we started creating it as you know, as Blockbuster Music went on. So then we started the concept where we had these listening stations. So you go over to the listening station, it'll be a featured artist, and they had the headphones. It'd be like a little statue or in or whatever. Yeah, I remember. And you pick the headphones up, put the headphones on, listen to it. If you like it, you buy it. We also had a little listening station that was in the middle of the store. So this is like the future. You know, no other stores is doing this. Yeah. This is like the future store. So my man Todd ran it for maybe about a month or two, maybe 3 months, and then they handed the keys over to me. Man. I turned that motherfucker around because what happened was it was a huge store. Like I said, it was right across the street from Northland, and they already had Musicland over there, so I had to compete with that because Musicland was the boss up in this for a minute, you know. So I had to compete with that. So you know, we was doing pretty good business. So the first year we ended up being the number one. First, we ended up being the number one urban store in the company. Then come Christmas time, we ended up being the #1 selling store in the company. So I had all these expectations to live up to. So going into the next year would be my 4th year. We did it again, the 2nd year. But what happened was we had this classical room. I mean, like I said, it's a huge ass fucking store. So we had this classical room. I was like, we're in a good spot. You got your Jewish brethren that lived in. So a lot of people were listening to classical music. Yeah. But I didn't think it was generating enough
revenue.
Yeah. So I asked them if we could change it to a jazz room. So they thought about it and said, you know what, that might not be a bad idea. Turn it to a jazz room.
Took off.
Woo, what? Mm-hmm. So I kept the store going for a while. So like I said, all the reps were coming in from Polygram, from Universal, MCA, all these reps were coming in. Rudy Greer, my man Doug over at Warner Brothers. I think he's still working. A lot of different. So Tim and Bill Walden was at Polygram. They came in.
Tim?
No, Tim Spence. It was Tim Spence. This guy, man, look. Wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be here right now. Because they always brought art there. Like I told you earlier, I found all these pictures. So they would always bring, I should have brought the pictures. I had a picture of me and Redman and Method Man and my staff and me and jazz group at the time, Incognito, and it was just all these pictures I found. So anyway, they would bring, they was always inviting me to different stuff and, invite me to listening parties, listening events and different concerts. And so after a while they said, yo, why don't you come work for us? I said, man, I'm working at a record store. I can do it. I'm doing good.
Doing my thing.
What? So they brought me in for the interview, sat down with my man Bill Schulte, and he fell in love with me. And it's like, we want to hire you. I said, okay. I said, but you want me to leave my record store? He loves telling the story because he's like, do you know that he turned us down? He loves telling the story. You got to hear him tell it. So, but I didn't turn him down. But they said, well, look, we're gonna give you $2,500 more than what you're making now. Plus, we're gonna give you benefits, this, that, and the other. I said, damn, leave the record store. I said, all right, I'm gonna go work for a corporation. So I went to work with them. My first week on the job, they sent me to Atlantic City for a convention that was going on at the time called Impact Convention.
I ain't never heard of that one.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
I've heard of Jack the Ripper. I ain't never heard of that.
They had conventions back in the day, man, that a lot of people wouldn't know about unless you. Yeah. It was called the Impact Convention. So you get there, and this is around the same time when Biggie was coming out with Puffy and Usher and Toto and all. He was starting this thing up. So a lot of every few steps you walking.
They're my people. Corey Jacobs and them. That's my big bro.
See,
they're my people.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't know that. You know how I'm old.
Yeah,
People don't know that. That's family.
Yeah. So it was just amazing. So we was there for a whole week. So we had these meetings that we were setting up with the different labels. Like under Polygram, you had Def Jam, you had Motown, it was a bunch of different labels. So anyway,
was over there.
Def Jam did their presentation. It was Russell, Kevin Lyles, Julie Greenwald. I think Mike Kaiser was there. I don't know if Leo. I don't think Leo was there, but I do remember meeting Leo because Leo used to come to the branch when we was working with Polygram. Him and Kevin used to come around and do these road shows. Him, Kevin, Julie, they used to come around and do these road shows. Yeah. So my boss was every time they come around, my boss was like, yo, this guy, you need to keep an eye on him. Drew, you need to keep an eye on him. He's Def Jam material. So they was all, So then when we went to the convention, Russell was there. They gave us these lime green windbreakers that was dope as hell. Had the little reflection. I got a picture of that too, so I'll show it to you. But so I already loved Def Jam from the music that they was putting out. Because I grew up on music. Yeah. So then I just fell in love with Def Jam. And so whenever I do these reports, we used to always have to do reports, and I would call my Drew's News. But Def Jam always got like the biggest write-up. Yeah. So I make sure that they know. So whenever he saw it, he's like, I make sure I send this to Leo and Kevin and. So then, so they ended up moving me to Cleveland. I was in Cleveland for 3 years.
I was about to say 3. Oh, go ahead.
And then in '99, I got a call from Miss Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker at the time was the VP of promotions over at Def Jam. Mm-hmm. And I met her through Lisa Coleman. because Lisa Coleman was the rep at the time. Lisa ended up leaving and going to Arista. So Johnny Walker called me and asked if you ready to come to Def? This is what you wanted. You ready to come to Def Jam? I said, was this a joke? Hell yeah. So they moved me back from Cleveland, moved me to Detroit, and I've been with Def Jam ever since.
Man.
99. That was in 99.
Oh, I remember.
And I've been there ever since.
Because before that, remember Jay Michaels?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Michaels connected us, and then the first time we kicked it, I met you through Jay Michaels. I'm taking you back for me to say that.
Jeez.
That takes you back. I was 12.
Damn.
I met you when I was 12. See, you remember me at 16, but I can say I met you before now. Wow. I met you at 12 with Jay Michaels. I used to go to all the radio stations with him, running around with him.
Oh,
okay. Because remember the meet and greets for the screen tours? That was me doing them. Them after parties at Jeans and Kool-Aid, those were my parties.
Okay.
So they were screwing me over as a kid. But I made good money to be a kid. But they screwing me over. And then when me and you started kicking it, like this is when you remember me, is when Joanne Thompson, my aunt.
Joanne, yes.
I used to come shit with you all the time, kick with you when I was about 15, 16. That's when me and you like actually knew each other.
Okay.
But I used to come to the stations and run around the record stores and all that at 12 with Jay Michaels, and that's when I met you.
Damn, see, you making me feel old right now.
No! But I'm saying that's when I met you, and I was all like, well, I ain't saying much, but I've been soaking the game up my whole life.
That's dope. See, this shit around them too, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, Joanne was another mentor. I love Joe. I need to talk to Joanne. I need to say
I can call her.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah. But damn, woo, yeah, that was a minute ago.
I know. I told you. And then freaking RJ is my man. Like, even though I came in the game with some big dogs, RJ was my mentor because he showed me how to work with the majors but be independent. Okay. And then when I got with him is when I really started. I started with him like around high school, 16, because me and young RJ played football against each other. Okay. So that's how we connect. He's like, my dad owned a studio in Southfield. So I was about 15, 16. That's when I started getting in the studio, and then Dilla taught me and young RJ how to run the boards. Okay. That's who taught us. Wow. And then when he went to New York, I went to Michigan State on their football scholarship, but then I was still working in the industry and going to school. And that's why LaRonna said I was stunting on. That's when I pulled the Bentley out. Then I pulled the Mozzie out on everybody. The blue one. Clowning. 22. Killed the city. You remember that time? Damn. I had a ball.
Yeah, sure.
We was having a ball, dog.
Yeah. It was good times back then. It was great times back then.
Working with Ye. Remember I was working with Ye, working with John Legend. And we was some youngsters, dog. He was one of the 20.
I loved working with him.
Yeah.
He was one of the fun. Actually, I love working with all my old artists.
Yeah.
All the olds. Well, I love working with all my artists, period. But it was even better back then.
Cause it was funny, man. RJ was talking about like me, him. I remember me, him, and Black Milk. We bought all the Range Rovers, and we was like 19. We had our Range. We was the first one with the Range Rovers. Young RJ got his first. Then me and Black was like, I'm about to go get one too. Like, dog. Big RJ taught us the game, bro. He taught us the game.
He taught a lot of people the game.
Yeah.
Shit. He brought a lot of. He was responsible for a lot of.
Detroit. Not Detroit. He's an industry GOAT that's untalked about. Yeah. Not even talked about, bro. Yeah. And he loves it that way. Yeah. I don't, but he do.
Damn.
But I knew that was gonna mess you up. I was like,
you
met me when I was 15, 16. Now I'm messing when I was 12. And I like to tell LaRon, like, I knew Drew way before you. I love to remind him, like, I know he your man's and he my man too, but I knew him way before you.
That's what, bro. That's what. See, you made me get all off the subject. That was when we started the other shit. Yeah. But that was another. Like I said, I always had good people around me. Whether it was Tim Spence or Lamont Hayes or LaRon, or it was just always good people around me that made me go harder and push me harder to do what I do. I put it this way. I was always I loved being a part of a team.
Yeah.
You can't do anything without a team. If you don't have a good team around you, you can forget about it. You ain't doing nothing.
And what's so crazy is I like when people know how to get in position. And you know about that because when your team move, when y'all move together, y'all soar. It go fast. When you try to do solo or thinking like I'm gonna make it on my own, I ain't seen one person do it. Not one.
It's not
when
gonna
a team
happen.
come together, it's like Voltron. All y'all go together. You go to these big companies, you get these big deals. It'd be a whole team every single time. Every single time.
Yeah. There's a couple things I could speak on that. I don't know if we're gonna get to that, but yeah, you gotta have a team. You gotta have a good team around you, man. And I mean that, like you said, everybody has a role to play. Play your role. You know, nowadays everybody want to be the boss, the runner, the producer, the artist. You want to be 5 different things at one time.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You want to make all the money, but still, you got to have good people in your corner that believe in you and that's gonna work just as hard as you.
And I believe like each role, become an expert at your spot.
Become
an expert, and the way it's gonna move now, y'all unstoppable.
Yeah. You gotta. I mean, it's cool to be the jack of all trades, but it's even better when you master of one, and you just you master that. And I'd like to think that I've done that over the years. I still think it's still a learning. I'll put it this way: it's still a learning process
You're always gonna be learning.
It's always changing. It's always changing. It's always changing. That's one of the things. In addition to always being a part of a great team, I've always been able to adapt and move on and learn from either the mistakes or learn from what happened before and move on to the next thing. So you got to be able to adapt and keep it moving. Absolutely. And I think that's I feel that those are some of the things that's kept me around for so long. But it's definitely that team part. I mean, it's always been just great people around me. Just take me to the next level.
I think another great thing that has kept you around is your character. Your character, man.
Being an asshole?
No, your character, your word. Because like, I'm just saying, like when you say say you're gonna get it done, you get it done, man. You
know what? Because people gonna remember that. They're gonna remember that. If you say you're gonna get something done and you don't do it. I'm a big detail person. I like to pay attention to details. I like to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's. But at the same time, if I tell you I'm not gonna tell you anything I can't do.
Yeah.
If I tell you that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a way to get it done. And if it's not gonna happen, which very rarely happens, then I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. I'm not gonna string you along, and I'm not gonna string you along and make you think that something's gonna happen when it's not gonna happen. But 9 times out of 10, I told somebody else before, if it's something I want to get done, I'm gonna get it done. If it's something that I want, I can get it.
Yeah.
If I don't get it for you, that means that I didn't want to do it. It's like, why am I doing this for you?
Yeah.
But if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I gotta be a man of my word and make sure that it's done.
That's dope.
And I mean that's growing up and my mom's and pops teaching me just how to be a man about situations.
Talk about how you grew up, because it's funny. I know you forever, and I don't even that's a conversation we never had.
Nobody knows.
That's what I'm saying. I was talking about that. I was like, we all we talk about is music in the streets.
Nobody knows. Nobody. That's something I've never talked about. I mean,
if you're comfortable with it.
I mean, I grew up in what did they call it? What did they call it back then? Middle class family. Grew up over on the Puritan Illinois area, over on Prairie. That was
I know Prairie.
Yeah.
My grandparents' house was on Pembroke, Illinois.
Okay.
So I know the area.
Yeah. So
I'm a George Road X and 9 kid, Rosemont.
Okay.
But I know that area though.
Yeah.
All the pretty girls was over there by y'all.
Man, look, because I originally went to Mumford, but I left Mumford and ended up going to Central. Well, I got kicked out of Mumford. I ain't gonna say I went there.
Okay.
I got kicked out of Mumford.
Yeah.
Because I was a little knucklehead, and then I went to Central, which I'm glad I did because the football team was a lot better after. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
But I mean, we didn't. I'm not gonna say we sit up here and say we grew up poor and grew up, but we were good. But anything and everything that me and my brother and sister wanted to do, they made sure that we did. I learned to play 6 instruments.
Dang.
They sent me to take piano lessons. I learned how to play the violin in school. My father bought me a trumpet, so I ended up playing the trumpet. So I played the trumpet. I was in the band. I played the trumpet. I played the violin, trumpet, drums, bass guitar, piano, keyboards. I can't play none of this shit now, though, mind you. But I could if I tried, but I played all that. So whatever we wanted to do, they made sure we did. They made sure we did. I mean, we were the crib that had, we do the fireworks every year. Mm-hmm. Every year everybody come down our, because we was going, they doing the fireworks, so we do the fire. We had pinball machines in the basement, pool tables, and so we was that family.
Yeah.
So,
and another thing I get to do now that I know you're a West Side player, so when we all together, I'm gonna be like, LaRon, nah, you're East Side, we West Side players over here. Even though we all went to King, I went to King, 3200 for life.
Yeah.
But I'm a West Side player, so like anytime we go West Side players, we gonna talk trash.
So West Side, baby. West Side's the best side.
All day.
But you know what? Shit. I after that I ended up moving to right when I was about to graduate. I ended up moving to the East Side.
Okay.
So I did a little East Side too. I grew up on the East Side too, over on McClellan.
Okay.
And McClellan and what was that street? I can't remember, but yeah. So I did some East Side time too.
Oh, at King, some of my closest friends.
My sister went to King.
Yeah, when I went to King and some of my closest, I love the East Side, and I love my people over there.
Yeah.
I love the whole city, but it's just like I'm glad I got to get that experience.
Yeah.
If I just kept it West, like I didn't go over there.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
So nah.
Yeah. Me and my brother went to Central, and then my sister went to King. Then my brother actually, when we moved east, he ended up going to Finney and then King. Finney. So yeah. But yeah, it was a great childhood, man. I loved it.
I'm glad to know that about you, man.
It's beautiful.
I always thought about like out of all these years.
You don't need no more than that.
We never talked about. No, I'm about to get more info out of you. We're gonna take some car rides now.
Look, it was all about it was about sports. It was about music. See, even back then, like I said, music. I was a music fan. I love music. You hear people talk about they was born with a silver spoon. I was born with a cassette in my hand. So, it was all about music. And I thought I was going to be an artist, actually. I thought I was going to be a rapper. So, I found one of my notebooks not too long ago, too.
Did you ever record?
Sort of, kind of, but not really.
Okay.
So, I was doing it for a while. Then I ended up trying to do, because nobody was doing this at the time, so I tried to do some gospel rap. Mm-hmm. So I was in church rapping, and I had a little crew with me. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. So I tried that.
Was this at the same time you was pitching too?
Nah.
Okay, I just wondered.
Nah.
That was a little common.
That was later.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a church boy.
Okay.
I was in the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
All that shit. Like I said, they always let us do whatever we want to do, and they open our minds to be able to do what we want to do. So if I'm gonna have a conversation, I can have a conversation with you about sports. I can have a conversation with you about music. I can talk politics. I can talk local, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm well rehearsing because I grew up with all that.
Yeah.
I grew up doing all that stuff. So it wasn't too much of nothing I ain't do. So that's when I say, I done been there, done that. Trust me, I done been there, done that. Not to sound cocky, but it ain't too much of nothing I ain't did.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to get there.
Whatever, man. Go on.
I'm trying to get there.
Look, see, don't get me started. Get me started.
We here to celebrate you. we here to celebrate the GOAT.
Yeah, but it was a lovely childhood, man. I wouldn't trade anything for it.
I always wondered something. Because people just come up to me, but people really came at you or after you and thought you could change their life with the snap of a finger. How did you deal with? Because me and we both know so many artists, so many people try to get in the industry, even family members. How did you manage that and move around the way you did and like tell artists like y'all not ready or it's not your time or keep doing this? Like how did you manage?
You said it earlier. My character. I never told anybody that I didn't believe or that I didn't feel was the truth. And 9 times out of 10 I was right. You got to be upfront with people. You got to tell. I haven't met a Detroit artist that I liked that didn't make it. the crazy thing is the last one that I actually liked that I knew was gonna make it. Well, no, I can't take that because I remember when I tried to go at Ice With Vessel. I tried to get him signed to Def Jam. I remember talking to Chanel, who was trying to get them over there, but that just didn't work out. But I also remember when Sada Baby performed for DJ BJ at the Heineken, and I said, "Yo, that kid's gonna be." And Sada Baby's a star. Yeah. A lot of people probably know, but I was with Kanye West when we was doing a promo run when Big Sean ran up on us at the radio station.
I was there. I remember. I was around.
I was with him, and he kept following us around, trying to get it, I want to rap for you. And it was like, we working right now. We working. Me, Don C, my man Don C.
I remember Don C.
And he just kept following us around. So we finished what we was doing, finished doing the radio interviews, finished doing the drops and everything. And then we got to the door. He said, okay, let me see what Sean. Ye said, no, let me see what you got. So he let him rap for him. We all looked at each other like, shit. So then I remember Don C called me about maybe 2 weeks later. And he said, yo, remember that kid that rapped for Ye outside for Kanye outside the radio station? It's like, yeah. He's like, do you know how to get in touch with him? I said, I can figure it out. So I remember I called Lieutenant Dre. Lieutenant Dre got a number for me. I called Sean. It's like, look, it's Drew from Def Jam. He was like, who? I said, Drew from Def Jam. And so he didn't know what to think. I said, I'm just calling you. I wanted to make sure I had the right number because Kanye is going to be calling me. He wants to sign you to his label. It's nothing.
So you know what? I feel like trash.
What?
Because we all gave 107.5 the credit for that.
Well, I mean, he
No, you made the call, bro.
Whoever, because he was doing the ciphers, which I didn't know he was doing the ciphers up there. So I guess somebody called him and told him to come up there because Ye was up there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how
people used to do that all the time. Now. So and so come in, y'all should come up. That happened all the time.
But sometimes we don't let everybody in. But this particular day wasn't nobody around. But he kept following us around the station. I remember that.
Well, my point is this. This is my point to this, and you got to take the credit for this, because we all know the same people in the camp and all that. If you'd have said, nah, I don't know that kid, I don't know how to get in contact with him, it would have never happened, dog. Real talk. Think about that. Ain't nobody about to sit. You ain't about to sit here and keep looking for him. Think about that, bro.
You might be right.
Bro. So if you take the initiative,
I called him, let him know.
Man of character.
Then they called him. They called him and they told him, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
But what people don't realize, or people might realize by now, because I think he might have talked about it, is I think I ended up leaving and moving to Miami. And I don't remember what happened after that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened to that kid? I ended up coming back. As soon as I get back, we about to start working a record from him. So he sat there for a good maybe 4.5 years.
No, he sat for 2 before he did anything. Before he did anything.
He was still doing his mixtapes.
He was doing mixtapes, but I'm saying he hadn't put he's about to get dropped.
Well, they was gonna sign him to, which I think they did. They was gonna sign him to Sony, I believe. I believe it was Sony through a deal that whoever had through that. But what happened was he ended up giving us a single. Cause I think I said something. Cause I remember somebody calling me. It was like, "Yo, remember they got a single they want us to work in the streets." I was like, "Well, look, until Def Jam give me the call and say, yo, we about to start. I can't do nothing. So I can't touch you. I mean, y'all can do what y'all do and work whatever y'all work." And then not too long after that, we got the My Last single with Chris Brown, and then we got that and took that motherfucker to #1. And then
I toured with Chris Brown too, because my aunt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With the screen tours, I remember I toured.
I met Chris Brown.
Remember we was giving away the PlayStations. I was a kid giving the PlayStations away. Dog, I've been in the game, baby. I've been in the game when the PlayStation dropped. Remember the circle, the white joint, the circle. Remember that was part of my thing. I was giving the PlayStation away.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He was. I met him when he was on the Russ Power Bus tour. He first started out too. He had the first single, and we had a group called Black Butterfly on that same tour. So we was doing the tour with them. So it's funny because I remember he was always dancing. Him and his dancers, just always dancing. And I want to say Tina Davis was out with him at the time. Was it Tina? I think it was Tina. It might have been somebody else. But I remember they introduced me to him at Christmas. I say, oh, this kid, yeah. And next thing he blew it. Yo.
You know who was nervous about him? I remember we was out because Jay Michaels was with Columbia and Bow Wow was with Columbia. I was with Jay Michaels. I was Bow Wow. Bow Wow was worried about Chris Brown coming.
Oh yeah.
He knew he was coming.
And he came on strong.
And
still going strong.
He was nervous about because Bow Wow was eating almost by himself in that youth market.
He was at cat food. Yeah, he was at cat.
Eating.
Shit. He was at cat. I remember meeting him and his family. Yeah. He had to get his mother and father to a couple of shows before. Yeah,
because I was married. When I first started working on projects, unofficially, because I was a minor, B2K. That's when I started out. We was all the same age. B2K, yeah. Jeez. I was throwing all their promo out, going, doing their meet and greets, all that.
They had your butt out there working.
Yeah.
Hey.
They were so skinny.
You see where it got you now? So, hey, got you to sit down with me.
I appreciate it.
But yeah. Shit was great back then. I mean, it's still great now, So, but yeah.
What do you think about the industry today with the streaming and all that? Like, what's your thoughts?
I mean, it's good. Anything that's moving music is selling. It's great. So, I mean. You got people that's breaking records and breaking numbers that's streaming right now, doing their thing. So, then you got some of the older artists that's still trying to figure it out. But, I mean, me personally, I should have made this disclaimer before we start this. Anything I say is from me and not from Def Jam. It's
my
not,
opinion.
So, but no, I think that I think that it's great. Whatever works.
Do you think guys making more money now during streaming or
I was just going to say that. See, I thought, me personally, I think record sales will do it because you could gauge better what's going gold and what's going platinum and what's doing, what's moving, how many units are moving. Now you based off a stream where if a person listens to something for 2 minutes,
it might not count.
No, this shit counts.
Yeah. I'm just saying if it's under 2 minutes, it might not count.
It's just to listen, that's a stream. So you getting numbers from somebody being curious about something as opposed to somebody actually purchasing or buying something.
Yeah.
So, it's still moving records. It's still moving.
Is that the thing? Under 2 minutes?
It's still moving. It's not a thing. I'm just.
I was just wondering.
No, it's.
I'm sure everybody want to know what the actual number is.
That's something else.
Okay.
But it's a click.
Yeah.
Shit, that's what it is. It's a click. Yeah. It ain't even got to be no minutes. It's a click.
Got you.
It's a. Let me check this out real quick.
So it's the same as video then.
I guess you can say that.
Okay.
I guess you
Like you said, when streaming first started, they were saying to us like it had to run for so long for it to count.
Nah, man, shit. You throw on some headphones, you push that button, that's counting.
Okay.
So, it is what it is. Artists are still, selling music. Artists are still doing their thing. So, hey, it's a beautiful thing. Everybody's still eating. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So
it's opening doors for a lot of people, especially you going through. You get discovered by YouTube and TikTok and different things now. So it's music is still beautiful.
Well, how do you feel about the direct concept compared to A&R? Do you feel the A&R position has dissolved, or do you think it's still effective today? It's definitely not no heavy A&R no more.
Yeah, it is. It is because we still got people bringing us. We still got people that's bringing us artists and so everybody's not being discovered via YouTube or via TikTok.
I didn't think that.
It's still viable. It's still people that's getting paid to discover to figure out to bring.
Let me say it differently, because I understand about you finding somebody. The A&R development side of things. That's different from the question I just asked you. On the development side, do you think that that's a thing of the past, or?
Hey, over at Def Jam, we groom our artists. We groom superstars.
That's a good
I'm
answer.
gonna say this.
You ain't worry about nothing else.
I said this name earlier. I'm gonna say it again. Coco Jones, and then there's more to follow.
Gotcha.
So and I think what's good about it is like, especially when I get some of these young artists out on the road with me, and I get to talk to them, about.
Because you mentoring.
Look, I done seen artists come, I done seen artists go. I done seen artists, how they failed or what they did to make it. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially now, you have to be personable with a lot of people, with these fans.
They want to know your whole life.
Man, they want to know what you woke up. They want to see you frying eggs. Exactly. And you got to be personable with them. You have to be a part of that life. If you're not willing to do that, you see a lot of some of these artists, and they real,
close up.
It's gonna be hard.
I was just talking to somebody, one of our somebody too, that's a producer, and he's talking about some, he don't feel like it's enough mystique anymore. And I'm like, it's gonna be hard to move like that.
You can't.
That's what I said. I was saying that when I was talking to him, I was saying that. I was like, bro.
I mean, if you making great, even Drake is you know what I'm saying, and he's probably one of Taylor Swift.
And they show themselves at the house playing with people in the studio, laughing, joking.
Everybody want to see you vulnerable now. They want to see every side of you. They want to feel like they actually personally know you.
Yeah.
And if they feel that, they're like, oh, that's my favorite artist.
Yeah.
I fucks with him because he did this, or he's just like me, or he did this, he did that. I mean, this social media is giving people a lot of power now. When people feel that they personally know you.
I know about how social media do.
And I mean, not to take away from anything, because I've met a lot of old friends that I hadn't, talked to in a long time too. But it's giving a lot of people a lot of power to be able to say and do things now that back in the day you couldn't do, or you couldn't be that close, or you couldn't be that, Mm-hmm. So now you walk up and just, yo, remember that? So, like, how do they know that? Because you put it on social media.
Put it on social media. That's a super fact.
You put it on social media. Everything's on social media.
Well, I tried everybody to find out, does Drew let the dog sleep in the bed with him? He's just not giving us the information, y'all. I tried to find out, do we put the socks on first?
We have 2 dogs now. Yeah, they both have their own social media page.
Word? Yeah. I've only met the one.
Oh, we have a Frenchie now.
Wow.
A little Frenchie. Her name is Sushi.
Word.
Sushi. So Sushi and Roxy and Sushi are always going at it.
Yeah.
So you got a Chihuahua that's feisty, and then you got a Frenchie that's feisty. So they constantly going, and they always nipping at each other. It's funny, but yeah.
You gotta put it on your social media more, man. We want to see the vulnerable side of Drew Dada.
Not you see what I let you see. What I allow you to see is what you see. You don't need to see nothing else.
We want to see you walking the dog or taking the dog out of 5 in the morning.
What y'all understand is, I don't need to be loved. I got all the love I need right at home, and in this music, this thing we call music, this family of Def Jam. So
for sure,
as long as I'm able to do my job and keep my wife happy, that's all that matters to me. My daughter.
I really see working at Live Nation is fun. I actually get at times to do independent work with Live Nation Urban. Mm-hmm. Sean G is like a dope mentor, and so I got to work on the Forces.
Okay.
With LL.
Okay, yeah. You know what? And I'm mad because L was my guy. I came in when he was on his way, but whenever he came to Detroit, he always showed me love. He would make sure him and his manager at the time, I think it was Brad, they would always make sure they called me. One of my greatest memories. I want to say was it the Exit 13 album? I can't remember which album it was, but he kicked everybody. We had pulled up to the hotel, and he kicked everybody in the limo and said, "Yo, let's go take a ride." And he took me, and we rode around listening to an album. We just talking. I'm like, "Yo, it's fucking Ella." But he always, like I say, he always showed me love.
Yeah.
And I'm mad that I didn't come to the show because I knew if I'd have saw him, he would have, it just would have been bananas. So
I just assumed he was gonna be there.
I was supposed to. They have me all over the place for a minute, man.
I know how I go.
And I be mad sometimes because I can't do stuff. But I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, I can't be mad at that either. But yeah, I hate I missed that. Yeah. But I know we're going to meet up again, so I know I'm going to run into him and I'm be able to get that picture. So
I got to ask you this. I'm only going to talk about Def Jam. Too. I'm only asking about Def Jam. From the past to the present, alive, passed away.
Yeah.
Your top 5 Def Jam artists of all time.
Jeez.
Top 5 Def Jam only. Top 5 Def Jam artists of all time. No particular order.
Wow. I never actually. Let's see. Number 1 would probably be Jeezy. 2 would probably be Case. I probably don't remember Case.
I remember Case.
R&B cat from back in the day. 3 Jada.
Jada. He was on Def Jam.
Yeah. Damn. I think I'm gonna have to. Shit. See, I can't.
You didn't have to work with them. They just had to be on Def Jam.
But it's impossible to give you 5 because all the art. I mean, I would have to leave out Redman and Method Man. I would have to.
So you gonna say Redman?
Well, see, because Redman is my favorite artist.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
I knew you gonna say Redman. I'm putting him on there. So
okay,
Redman,
so Redman,
one more.
and then it would have to be between Jay and Ye.
Are they Def Jam artists though?
Yeah, Jay-Z.
I'm talking about Def Jam, like
they were
they were assigned up in the Def
like
Jam,
if I walk up to Jay now, Jay would give me one of these and then he'd give me some that. He don't do that to everybody.
I got you.
Ye, last time he was here,
Def Jam.
he pulled me. So yeah, I mean, so it would be hard for me to give you 5, but I guess that would be my 5.
Was you?
Then we got Neo. I would have to throw Neo in there because Neo was. I would have to.
But Neo will tell you. Neo said he's a Capitol guy.
Well,
Neo did
he started with us.
I know.
He started.
When I worked with him is when I did my brief tour at Capitol.
Yeah.
Like, but did you do the Kanye show when we did the rooftop?
Then it was Jaye. Yeah.
You was there.
Yeah.
You want to hear a funny story about that? So.
That was with Brandy, right?
Yeah.
It was with Brandy. It was him, Brandy.
I was there.
And somebody else. What?
But when he did the rooftop, we did the rooftop downtown, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they sent me to get something or whatever. So I'm coming back up to where, all the artists, all of that. And Ye and his people get on the elevator with me. That's when he got the big Jesus piece, all that.
I wasn't with him?
You weren't in the elevator. It'd have been a different conversation if you was in the elevator. You weren't in the elevator. It was 4 dudes was with him. It was 4 of them. It was on the hotel side, going up. Even the rooftop, you go all the way up on the hotel side. Yeah. So I get in the elevator with them, and one of them knew I, worked with the labels. They was like, yeah, he good, because they usually won't let you get in, and but they let me in because they used to seeing me.
Yeah.
And me and Ye seen each other a bunch of times, but I don't know him like that. Yeah. This is before he did the stuff with Slum. That's when I got to actually, he know me. But man, he's all I was kicking, talking to them, and then I was all like, how old was I then? I might have been 19. I asked him, I was all like, we was just talking about something, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to get ready for all this stuff. And then I kept looking at his chain. He's like, you like that, huh? I was like, yeah, you should let me wear it.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, you trying to threaten me? Like, no, you should just let me wear it then. Let me see how I feel. And he just looked at me, and he just walked off. He ain't said another word to me.
Damn. Hell no.
And he only had one piece on. He had that mother.
Yeah.
He had on with it.
I remember me, him, and after the show, me, him, and Don C went back, and this was Don. I guess Moscato was just coming out or something. Yeah. So Don C kept, I gotta get some Moscato. So we went back and we in the hotel, me, him, and Ye, and just us 3. And sitting there.
Ray J was there too, though.
Was Ray J there too?
Ray J was there with Brand because we hung out with them afterwards.
Oh, okay.
We hung out with them that night. Brandy went back to me, but really we was hanging with Ray J.
Oh,
because
okay.
he was hanging out. She didn't hang out.
She
went back to where she was supposed to. She didn't hang out.
Yeah.
But I was trying to find out what Ye and it was. I was trying to kick it.
Where was we? I think we was at the. We wasn't the Marriott at the time. We was at the Rinsen. Was it the Rinse? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't even know where everybody. It's like after it's like it was gone.
Yeah, we was just chilling. We chilled for the rest of the
I wish I regret that moment. Cause he keep to me talking to me, right? And it's like I should have asked him something else, and I'm like, you ask him, can I check out your chain?
Yo,
that was whack, man.
So talk about the chain. Me and LaRon used to have these black Jesus pieces. I forgot who made them, but they made them for us, and it was some black Jesus pieces. And I was at a J show. I think it was at the show at the Palace with him and it wasn't Jeezy. It was him and I forgot who else was on the bill. But we was backstage. Beyonce was there, so we was all in the dressing room. Mm-hmm. Him, Beyonce. So he walked over, he picked it, he looked at it, he said, "That's cute." Yo, I'm like, whoa! I never wore that motherfucker again. Cute? That's cute.
Oh, dog.
That's a good times with him too. Yeah. That's why I had to put it.
He literally said like, "What y'all do to this?"
He was doing the Do It Again tour. We did a little quick promo run for the Do It Again album, mm-hmm. And he had just did a show in Detroit, and we was about to leave Detroit, and Cleveland was the next day. So Bobby Dash said, "Yo, why don't you ride on the bus with us?" So I was like, "Nah, because I got to have my own car, because I got to." Mm-hmm. He said, "Nah, man, just come ride on the bus with us." I was like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, just on the bus with us." I'm like, "Fuck it, okay. I'll figure it out once I get there." Mm-hmm. So I got on the bus, and I go all the way to the back, because I'm trying to be out of the way. I ain't, So Jay comes walking back there. He's like, "Yo, you good?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Just me back here." I said, "Oh, okay, my bad. I was just trying to get out of the way." He said, "No, but you can chill for a minute." So he came there and sat down. And we just sat there and kicked it, just talking. So back then, I'm thinking, now I'm thinking like, damn, why didn't I ask these niggas no questions?
Yo, we be around them, and there's certain things I wish I'd have asked then.
But I
was trained to stay out the way.
That's what I'm saying. So I played my But what I did, I said, yo, I asked him why he didn't do imaginary players. He said, "What, you think I should have added that to the show?" I said, "Yeah, I said, I think they would." He said, "You know what? I'm gonna do it tonight." And he did it. So when we went out later after the Cleveland show, we went out. I remember this was so much fun because I had to get some of the Minnesota Timberwolves in. It was Kevin Garnett, all the players back then that was with the Timberwolves. So this shit was crazy. We was on it. But anyway, he looked at me and said, "Yo, you were right." So I said, "I told you." but I mean, it's just always some good times whenever I saw him. One time we had this is when he was the president of Def Jam, and we had a show. We had our annual Christmas party, mm-hmm. And LeBron James was there, and a few other people. But he walked up to, because he had saw me earlier that day. We had a little meeting with him earlier in the day. He was playing some new music for us. So then we saw him later, and he walked up to me, looked me up and down, grabbed my tie string and said, "You clean up well." Like,
he stay messing with you, though.
Exactly. That's what I was like, yo. But it's all love. So it's crazy now when you see people like that, like him or Jeezy or something. They still remember you, even though they hadn't seen you in a while, and they show you love. Yeah. So it's like, yo, obviously I either did something right or because a lot of people they see you met that person 5 minutes ago and these new cats they don't remember you. Like, you who again?
But their minds isn't foggy too, though. It's a little different. They doing a lot.
But see, back then too, we were responsible for moving a lot of these artists around. We
spent time with them.
We were, so it would be sometimes when you'd be on the road with artists for a week or so, or 2 or 3 days, or going from city to city, and you're in the car with them. So they
naturally talk about
any and everything. You hear a lot of stuff you probably not supposed to hear.
Because I remember when Torrin tried driving John Legend around, we talked about so much. His upbringing in Cleveland, it was a lot that I got to learn about him. Yeah. But one thing I'm gonna say too, you're a Def Jam guy, I'm a Live Nation guy, and Rock Nation's up under Live Nation, and I know people that work for Rock Nation. I know the biggest executives at Live Nation. And ain't none of us gotten to a Rock Nation brunch. Have you ever gotten to the Rock Nation brunch?
I was supposed to, but I didn't go. I ended up. A lot of things. And see, this is where the whole asshole part come in, because there's a lot of things I should have done that I didn't do. There's a lot of places I should have been. And my whole thing was like, if I'm not getting paid, why am I here? I mean, do I really need to meet somebody else again, or do I really need to? I mean, I know all these people personally. I know that person. I know, I'm there for what? Just to take up space. Mm-hmm. So. And it's just a lot of things that I didn't really do, but I was offered, and I could have went if I did.
And that's why you are a legend.
See, that's one of the things I say. People, well, can you give me this? I can, but am I?
Yeah.
Am I gonna waste my favor on this or? But it's not too much of anything I can't really get if I. But I did have a problem getting Beyonce tickets, which was weird because every fucking Beyonce show my wife wanted to go to, she was at. But you know what? I'll put it this way. I didn't try hard enough. I gave up. She decided she didn't want to go, so I gave up. But if I wanted to, I could have gotten them.
Yeah. And I just want everybody to know, we're not going to get to everything today.
You didn't get, hell no, you didn't get to nothing.
We didn't get to coin handlers. We didn't get to a whole lot of times. We're going to say that for another time. Yeah, I was being nice during this interview. I didn't go a lot of places because I know you.
And because you let me ramble on. You could
no.
You could ask your
You
questions.
gave me some stuff that I never knew about.
This is true. A lot of people.
So I wanted this, but I want to thank you, bro, for coming down to AT Network to do the Cultural Conversations. You didn't have to do it, and you always showed me so much love. I will always show you much respect as an OG. You
want to show me some respect? Put me on that TV show. Let me shine. I'm a star. How could I not shine?
Hey.
Nah, let me stop.
I'm gonna tell you to pull up.
Hey, well, you're Pistons. Y'all need to start showing me some love too, Pistons.
Man, I know someone
I keep buying all this
Pistons,
stuff, man.
And man, look, man, I need my Detroit Pistons, my Lions to show a young brother more love.
Look, I need all my sports teams to show me some love. I've been a diehard fan for I ain't gonna say how long, but a long ass time.
Yeah.
And I ain't got no connects on none of them joints yet.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll take that back. Let me stop. I'm sitting up here lying.
Yeah. Peace out. All right.